Russian President Vladimir Putin says any country that interferes will get an immediate response. KTLA's Eric Spillman in the newsroom with the latest. Eric.
Morning, Megan. Morning, Chris. Russia is attacking Ukraine from multiple directions, from the north, the east, and the south, bombarding cities, towns, and villages. Russia began its full-scale invasion of Ukraine at 5 a.m. local time. Ukraine's foreign ministry says the airstrikes targeted several airfields, including the largest airport in Kyiv. Russia launched rockets to take out Ukrainian fighter jets parked at military bases. It said it had disabled all of Ukraine's air defenses. Ukraine says it shot down 6 Russian fighter jets and a helicopter to maintain control over key cities. There's no way of knowing exactly how many casualties there are. The Associated Press is reporting that at least 40 people have been killed. Here's a map showing the locations in Ukraine where Russia attacked. The list includes most of the country's major cities. In addition to the airstrikes, Russia sent amphibious units into the Ukrainian port, the port city of Odessa.
Народные республики Донбасса обратились к России с просьбой о помощи.
Putin announced the attacks in a video statement that may have been recorded a few days ago. He called it a special military operation to carry out what he called the denazification of Ukraine. He promised that anyone who interfered would face grave consequences. He warned that no one should have any doubts that a direct attack on our country will lead to destruction and horrible consequences, and emphasized that Russia has nuclear weapons. And he urged the Ukrainian military to give up and put down their weapons. In Ukraine's capital city of Kyiv, there is panic this morning. The traffic jam out of town extended for miles as people tried to flee the country any way they could. There were long lines at gas stations and ATM machines. People crowded into railway stations trying to escape the city. Others went to subway stations to seek shelter from the explosions. All over the world, leaders condemned Russia's aggression and promised tougher sanctions. Here's NATO's Secretary General this morning.
NATO allies condemn Russia's invasion of Ukraine in the strongest possible terms. It is a blatant violation of international law, an act of aggression against a sovereign, independent and peaceful country.
With this package, we will target strategic sectors of the Russian economy by blocking their access to technologies and markets that are key for Russia. We will weaken Russia's economic base and its capacity to modernize.
President Biden calls what Russia is doing an unjustified attack that will bring catastrophic loss of life and human suffering. He will meet virtually with the leaders of the Group of 7 nations to discuss the crisis this morning. He says the world will hold Russia accountable. President Biden will address the nation at 9 a.m. our time this morning.